And everyone said that the metaverse investments are dead. And that Meta, Facebook, had said, no, we're not going to invest anymore in the metaverse. Well, just check the Facebook MetaConnect 2024. It was crazy. And I'm going to tell you what are my opinions on what happened on screen. And you can see all the key elements of the evolution and the Project Orion, which I think is pretty cool. And you know, one of the best things about this is that I'm watching the keynote with my Raven Meta. And my Raven Meta has changed the way that when I go to a concert, I was watching the Royal Albert Hall new version of the Nutcracker. And then everyone just was taking their phones out. And I was just clicking here and recording and enjoying it. So that's part of the evolution, that's part of what we're getting with the metaverse, and that's part of the future. So right now we have these devices which are incredible, and I use it every day because, you know, I need glasses to see, and these are amazing. When I go outside, turn dark very fast, inside, nice, and most people don't notice that I'm using the Raven Meta, and the audio is incredible. I think it's better than AirPods. And one of the most exciting things is the AI. One of the problems for me is because I live in the EU. Well, some of the functionalities of Llama 3.2, I cannot use them yet. So I think that's something very interesting. So there are three key elements that Zuck showed in this keynote, and that really demonstrates that Meta is investing in the metaverse. But they're not using the word metaverse a lot. Why? Because as I explained a couple of years ago, the metaverse in terms of the terminology is going down, but in terms of developing is advancing. So for example, when I used for the first time in 2013 in San Francisco at the Google I/O conference, the Google Lens, those were amazing. But what happened? Well, what happened is difficult to develop this type of technology. And what is going on is this evolution of really having this as the new type of devices. These are the devices that are gonna transform things. So Meta is investing a lot of money, and Meta has understood one of the key elements of the metaverse. And you know what is it? Well, remember that metaverse is the convergence of elements. So it's like how you combine the virtual world with the physical world. It's not only the virtual world that some people just believe in. No, it's the combination. And for example, what he did there was, what I love it is that he really, I will say that for the first time in history, one of the largest companies in the world, they broke the Steve Jobs law of no light demos. I remember, but when Steve Jobs launched one of the iPhone, he was just trying to do things. He literally asked people to disconnect from the Wi-Fi. And then we have seen some live demos of OpenAI that failed a lot. Well, in this case, it was pretty awesome because two individuals, Zuckerberg and a UFC fighter, they used their Metaglasses and they did automatic translation. So another curious thing is that they're using a lot of Spanish-speaking examples, which I like. And this is part of the evolution because I was thinking like, wow, that's so cool. I can just go to different places around the world. People start talking to me. And because the audio is incredible in these glasses, well, I can understand people finally, especially here, for example, people talking Greek or they're speaking Russian. Complicated, I don't get it. I just say Calimera. So I think that's a very interesting thing. And then what you're seeing there with the NVIDIA CEO is that they said, okay, what about we can really, and he called it a prototype of using augmented reality glasses in a different way. What I like is that they're not using a display as with the Google glasses, but they're using new type of systems that they put around it just to generate those images. I think that's pretty, as he said, neat. But those are the kind of things that we're seeing. So they're investing a lot in virtual reality. They launched the Oculus Quest 3, which is amazing. I'm still waiting for the Quest 4. I own an Oculus Quest 2 and I think it's enough. Of course, the Quest 3S seems amazing and just $299, it's great. Second, is like how they can use these augmented reality glasses to transform things. And as you can see, all the examples and people and using the audio, the voice, the movement of the hands and all that stuff, that's cool. And third is AI. And remember that Zuckerberg, because he has built one of the largest companies around the world, he has always believed in open hardware and open source. For example, one of the largest open hardware projects in the world was created by Facebook Meta when they allow anyone around the world just to use the designs for the hardware, for the contact, for the cloud, for the centers of data. It's incredible. So that's the reason Facebook approach to AI, it's incredible because they make money in a different way. They're already making money with ads. So they launch AI into all their products. And the best thing is that they open source their own version of their large language model called Llama. In this generation, Llama 3.2. So this is part of Zuckerberg's vision of changing the name to Meta. People not using Meta and everyone's thinking, oh yeah, it's dead. No, it's not dead. It's this convergence which is incredible and what I love a lot about what he said. One of the key things is that for me, this has been one of the best devices ever. The problem, I have to tell you, is the battery. And when you transfer data from the glasses that you have taken the videos or the images, and let's suppose, for example, I recorded my sister's wedding with this, and then I was transferring that, it got hit very fast. So in one point I was transferring they say, hey, please let the glasses to cool down. Yes, that happens. That only happens when you have so much data that you already downloaded in your phone from the glasses and you're transferring that data. That happens. So literally you can just simple record to the maximum and just transfer. No, it will really get hot. Both the iPhone and the Metaglasses. And I tested the Instagram functionality of doing the live. The quality was not good, and I think it was because of the internet. So you need a good internet connection. I tested that in a museum in London, in the Imperial War Museum. But it was pretty good because then I can just literally talk about things, and I was showing people with my Meta what I was seeing, and then moving to my phone to see myself. And I think that's the cool thing, and that's part of the evolution of what Zuckerberg did. So yeah, those are the key thoughts. So it's like Zuckerberg believes in the metaverse, he's building the metaverse, he's investing a lot in the metaverse, but he's not using the word metaverse. That metaverse is the convergence of the physical and the digital. And one part that I believe Meta has abandoned in some way is their approach to digital assets and how their apps could be used for transferring money, for payments and everything else. Why? Because of the crash of Libra project. Remember that I covered that in another video. It was a great project, how he could create the digital currency that was a basket of currencies, but then President Macron in France and other institutions rejected that, so he just scratched out that idea. They have used WhatsApp payments in Brazil and in other parts of the world, but still Zuckerberg hasn't found a way to transform WhatsApp into WeChat in terms of payment. But in terms of AI, it's gonna be worldwide leaders because they're gonna implement this in all of their products. AI is gonna be used as one of the best open source protocols, so you can just launch things and it's for free. You can literally download it. You just need 16 gigabytes. And the augmented reality and virtual reality of things are gonna be awesome because in that way, that's what is being happening. So yeah, those were my thoughts on what he showed on the screen. I really love it. We're building. I'm so excited about the future. so excited about the future. So let me know, guys, what do you think about the Facebook Connect 2024? These are my thoughts in terms of progress developing. And I believe opportunities. The world is gonna become an incredible place in the next 10 to 20 years in so many areas. Let's contribute to make it happen. So very, very interesting thing of what it was shown during the MetaConnect event. Thank you, guys. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about all of this?